Are you wondering if you should be taking summer classes in college? Well, in this episode of College on Fleek, that's exactly what we're going to look at, the pros and cons of taking summer classes. Hi, welcome to College on Fleek. Today we're going to ask the question, should you be taking summer classes? And we're going to give you some pros and cons. I'm Mary Dittman. I'm an award-winning business professor on the collegiate level and the creator of College on Fleek and One-Derful Life. College on Fleek is here to help put tools in your toolbox to help set you up for success, because I know you want to crush it in college. Now, before we get into our summer class question, I want to just take a minute, a motivation minute, and encourage you that right now, if you're watching this during the summer, which is when I'm filming this, then just pick one thing to help you. I'm a big fan of get your S to G, which is get your shizzle together. Get your S to G. And the summer is a perfect time for you to get into the habit of having your S2G so that when classes start up, and if you're watching this at winter break, then the same applies. Now, you might be feeling overwhelmed, like you really don't have your S2G and you're like, dang, I have no idea where to even start. Look, just pick one thing. There's a website called Fly Lady, and this is a woman who helps homemakers and women primarily get their houses organized and cleaned up. And what she says is start with your sink. Start with your kitchen sink, just get it nice and spotless. One of my teachers said just clean out your wallet. And, because you're going to be in your wallet every day. So just go through your wallet and clean out all the old receipts, get the bills all nice and lined up. So just pick one thing. What is one thing that you could get your S2G? Maybe it's your wallet. Maybe it's one drawer in your dresser. Maybe it's cleaning out, not even your whole car, that could even be overwhelming, but you're just going to clean out the passenger side of the car or only the center console. But just pick one thing, that's it. See, that's going to give you momentum, and once you have that momentum, you're going to be able to move on to other areas. I also like to give you a success hack or a study hack every week, and today I want to give you this hack. Set a timer. Now, a second ago we were talking about you're going to just pick one thing, and sometimes even just that one thing can feel intimidating. Like if your one thing is cleaning out the trunk of your car, you might feel like, it's just going to take me forever. Well, set a timer, or do it when you only have a certain amount of time available. A couple of years ago, when I owned my house, I had I called it the back building. It was like a really nice shed. It was on a concrete slab. It was fully wired. It was really nice back there. But that's where I stored all my, my lawnmower and paint and that kind of stuff. And it just was really yucky. I didn't like it. There were bugs and stuff in there. And I had to go and clean it out, and I just couldn't, I didn't want to do it, but I knew I had to do it. And so what I did was I said, okay, every day for just 20 minutes, I'm going to do whatever I can do in 20 minutes. And I would take my phone out there with me. I would set the timer for 20 minutes, and I would just, whatever I could get my hands on to do for 20 minutes, because I figured I can handle being in there for 20 minutes. And what usually would happen is I'd feel like I could keep going, but I would never stay in there more than about 45 or 50 minutes because I knew I would get burned out. So set a timer. That will help you get done whatever you need to get done. Now, I mentioned study hacks. If you want to know how to study in college, then I want to give you my Study Smart Toolkit. And this is the studying technique that I developed for myself because I had really bad test anxiety when I was in school. And I've taught it to thousands of students, and it works. So if you go to collegeonfleek.com, you can get that. It's a video tutorial, so you'll have it right there on your phone or your tablet, your laptop, whatever. And I'm going to walk you through step by step how to study. It works for any major, any class. In fact, if you're still in high school, it works. If you're in graduate school, it works. So go to collegeonfleek.com, get your Study Smart Toolkit, totally free, and it'll help you. All right, let's talk about, should you be taking summer classes? And I can't tell you, yes, you absolutely should, or no, you absolutely shouldn't, because it's really a very individual case-by-case decision. But I want to share with you some pros and cons to help you make a decision. Some of the pros of taking summer classes are that it's a really great way for you to catch up or get ahead. So let's say if you took a class and you didn't do well in it, or you withdrew from it, then taking summer classes can allow you to get caught back up, retake that class you didn't do so well on, or pick it back up if you withdrew. You can also use summer school to work ahead. And I've seen students that take classes fall and spring and then all through the summer, and they're able to graduate a lot faster. A second pro of taking summer classes is it's normally a shortened semester. So this may not apply if you're at a school where you're on a quarter system, but in a school with a semester system, many times your summer sessions are shorter. And that allows you to you're just focused in on it. I teach at Francis Marion, and we have a Maymester, which is 3 weeks, and then we have 2 summer terms, which are 5 weeks each. And so you're just in there very concentrated. Like during the summer 1 and summer 2 classes, it's 4 days a week, 2 hours a day. But you knock it out in 5 weeks. So the good thing is you don't have time to get burned out because you're just like hitting it hard for 5 weeks, 2 hours a day, 4 days a week. Another pro of summer classes is because it's so concentrated and it's only going to be like 4 to 6 weeks, depending on what school you're going to. If there's a class that you already know you're going to hate, maybe it's a subject that you're not that great at, maybe it's something that you've had a hard time with, maybe learning a foreign language, or if it's something that you just don't enjoy, like a science class, then taking it during a summer term can be fantastic because you get it out of the way. And it's like 5 weeks of pain, but you just get it all done, it's out of the way, and you're finished with it. So those are some of the pros of taking summer classes. What are some of the cons? Well, sometimes cost. At some universities, it can be a little bit more expensive or a lot more expensive to take summer classes. At the university where I teach at Francis Marion, that has typically been the case. Now, my understanding is that we're going to be bringing our summer fees more in line with the regular semester, so it won't be more expensive to take summer classes, but that's not going to apply this year. You need to check, and that can be a disadvantage with summer school, is that your tuition may be higher. However, frequently your financial aid will cover your summer classes. But then sometimes you're limited in the number of classes that financial aid will cover. So you're going to need to check on those things with your individual school and your financial situation. Another con of taking summer courses, and I would say this is the biggest con in my mind, and this is the biggest downside that I have seen. When students take courses all through the summer, then when they come back in the fall, they're just burned out. They're exhausted because they've been going hard all summer long. At my university, you only have about 1 week between the end of the summer term and the beginning of fall. And so for some students, particularly if you take a full load of classes during the summer, you're just exhausted by the time you're starting back in the fall. Now, that's not the case for everybody. Some people are very motivated by one of the pros we mentioned, which is I want to work ahead or I want to improve my GPA. So they are taking summer classes to do that, and they're very focused on that goal, and that helps them not feel burned out because they feel like they accomplished something. So you just have to know if taking summer classes is going to help you feel like you got somewhere and you accomplished something and now you're motivated to start in the fall, or are you going to just feel exhausted? Now, one workaround there is, depending on your university, what I will frequently advise my students is take classes during summer 1, then take summer 2 off. That gives you a solid 6 weeks off before you start in the fall. The other con, or maybe a reason not to take summer classes, is it's going to cut into your time. So if you need to work during the summer, like a lot of times our athletes, because they can't work during the semester because they're in season and they're having to practice and attend games and whatnot, they will work as much as they can over the summer to bank up money so that they have money to carry them through the academic year. And many of my students work full-time during the summer so that they don't have to work as much when classes are in session. So if you take summer classes, that might cut into your work time, or if you're doing volunteer work to help beef up your resume, then taking summer classes is going to take away from that. So there's some pros and cons of summer classes, but I would really love for you to post in the comments and tell us, what has your experience been with taking summer classes? Did you enjoy it or not? And I also want to issue a challenge to you. Type in the comments, what is the one thing that you're going to do to get your S to G? Type it in the comments down below. And again, you can always go to collegeonfleek.com. I've got some more hacks on there to help you overcome procrastination, to help you get your S2G, and certainly the Study Smart Toolkit is there at collegeonfleek.com. So next week, we're going to talk about what is an internship and should you get one? So join me next time here on College on Fleek.